heartfelt calls are recorded.
You think I wasn't gonna get at you from the inside?
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into what might be the most explosive industry scandal of our generation. Recent developments in the ongoing legal saga surrounding Sean "Diddy" Combs have taken a dramatic turn, with implications potentially reaching all the way to Jay-Z's billion-dollar empire. Could the foundations of hip-hop's most powerful dynasty be crumbling before our eyes? Let me ask you this. How far would you go to protect your empire? Would you sacrifice your closest allies? These questions now hang over two of music's most influential figures. According to multiple sources with direct knowledge of the investigation, federal prosecutors recently offered Diddy a plea arrangement that would significantly reduce his potential sentence. But with one explosive condition: he would need to provide detailed information about other high-profile individuals allegedly involved in his enterprises. Chief among these names? Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. But here's where things get truly intriguing. Why would Diddy, facing the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars, reject such an offer? What could possibly be more valuable than his freedom? Industry insiders suggest the unspoken code of silence has historically protected an intricate network of power players, and breaking that code could have consequences far worse than federal prison. During Diddy's most recent court appearance, eagle-eyed observers noted several striking absences. Family members who had faithfully attended previous hearings were nowhere to be seen. The atmosphere in the courtroom was described as unusually tense by one attendee. Court records confirmed that prosecutors had indeed extended a plea deal, which Diddy rejected with a firm, "Yes, I do, Your Honor," when asked if he was declining the offer. As jury selection approaches, Diddy has expanded his legal team to include 2 additional high-profile attorneys, signaling he's digging in for what could be one of the most closely watched trials in entertainment history. Legal analysts suggest this move indicates preparation for a prolonged battle rather than any intention to cooperate with authorities. "What we're seeing is classic circling of the wagons," explained one former prosecutor who requested anonymity due to their ongoing involvement in similar cases. When someone of Combs' stature faces charges this serious, the ripple effects throughout their network can be devastating. Everyone connected becomes a potential liability or asset. To understand the full scope of this unfolding drama, we need to examine the decades-long connection between these two music moguls. Their relationship dates back to the mid-1990s when both were ascending rapidly through the ranks of the music industry, Diddy with Bad Boy Records and Jay-Z with Rockefeller. Both men navigated similar controversies throughout their parallel rises to power, with Jay-Z facing serious assault charges in December 1999 after a nightclub incident with record producer Lance "Un" Rivera, while Diddy faced his own legal troubles that same year related to a nightclub shooting. These eerily similar paths now appear to be converging once again, but under far more serious circumstances. Former music executive Marcus Johnson, not his real name, shared, "The industry has always whispered about how these two operated. Different styles, same playbook." Jay maintained a calculated distance from controversy, while Diddy embraced the flashier aspects of the lifestyle, but behind closed doors, the methods were remarkably similar. The current investigation took an even more complex turn when multiple civil lawsuits emerged naming both music moguls. Though one high-profile case was withdrawn under mysterious circumstances, coincidentally after Diddy was briefly released from custody for what was described as a medical emergency, the pattern of allegations has continued to expand at an alarming rate. A Florida civil case filed on April 1st of this year by plaintiff Joseph Manzaro contains perhaps the most explosive allegations yet, claiming both Jay-Z and Beyonce were present at events where alleged misconduct occurred. According to court documents, Manzaro alleges he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as part of what he describes as a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015. While representatives for both Jay-Z and Beyonce have vehemently denied these allegations, with Jay-Z's team stating he wasn't in Florida at that time and was engaged in easily findable public activities that prove he was not at this event. The damage to public perception has been significant. Social media and entertainment forums have been ablaze with speculation about what might emerge next. This brings us to perhaps the most fascinating aspect of this entire saga: the business relationships underpinning these entertainment empires. Jay-Z and Beyonce's partnership has transcended mere marriage to become one of the most powerful business alliances in entertainment history. Some industry veterans have suggested this union fundamentally transformed Jay-Z's career trajectory and industry recognition in ways that merit closer examination. As one music executive observed in an unguarded moment during a recent industry panel, "Look carefully at the accolades before and after certain partnerships formed. The contrast is striking. Jay had 1 Grammy before his marriage to Beyonce. How many does he have now? 16 or 17 since. That's not coincidence, that's strategic positioning within the industry." The legal pressure surrounding Diddy appears to be mounting by the day. His long-standing law firm, which had represented him loyally for over 2 decades, has abruptly severed ties, allegedly after being pressured by other high-profile clients who no longer wish to be associated with him. Even more telling, one of his attorneys, Anthony Rico, filed to withdraw from the case, citing enigmatic, sufficient reasons related to the protections afforded by the attorney-client privilege that prevented full public disclosure of his rationale. Legal experts suggest such language often indicates an attorney has become aware of information that creates an ethical conflict with continued representation. When a lawyer withdraws from a high-profile case using that specific language, it's a major red flag, explained former prosecutor Alicia Reynolds. It suggests they've encountered something in the evidence or client communications that makes continued representation untenable under bar ethics rules. Despite aggressive efforts by Diddy's remaining legal team to have evidence suppressed and the trial delayed, the judicial proceedings continue to advance relentlessly. His lawyers have specifically challenged the constitutionality of the searches conducted at his properties in Los Angeles and Miami, claiming authorities presented a grossly distorted picture of reality to obtain warrants. The dramatic raids, which saw federal agents entering his homes with weapons drawn, yielded what prosecutors have described as compelling evidence supporting their charges. In a particularly bold move, his defense team has argued that his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, whose civil lawsuit against Diddy was settled within 24 hours of filing last year, was a willing participant in the events described by prosecutors, not coerced as authorities allege. This strategy has raised eyebrows among legal observers who note it appears to confirm certain activities took place while disputing only the element of coercion. With jury selection set to begin in mere weeks, time is running out for all involved parties. The question hanging over the entertainment industry now is not just about Diddy's fate, but how wide the net might ultimately be cast. As federal investigators continue pulling threads, how many more powerful figures might be implicated? If existing evidence is as comprehensive as insiders suggest, including alleged surveillance footage from properties where freakoff events reportedly occurred, the consequences could permanently reshape the entertainment landscape. For Jay-Z, the stakes couldn't be higher. With a business empire valued at over $1 billion, high-profile partnerships with major corporations, and a carefully cultivated image of respectability, any formal connection to the allegations surrounding Diddy could prove catastrophic. Sources close to the situation claim he has been notably quiet since the investigation began, a silence that speaks volumes to those familiar with the industry's inner workings. When someone that powerful goes radio silent, it's never random, noted one veteran publicist who has worked with numerous A-list clients. It's calculated. They're assessing exposure, consulting with legal teams, and preparing contingencies. Nobody with that much to lose leaves anything to chance. The walls appear to be closing in from multiple directions. Federal investigators continue gathering evidence and potential witnesses. Civil lawsuits multiply with increasingly serious allegations, and long-standing allies are distancing themselves at remarkable speed. Those who once seemed untouchable are suddenly looking vulnerable. This situation isn't simply beginning. It may mark the end of an era in the music industry. An era built on silence, intimidation, and carefully stay tuned as we continue to bring you developments in this explosive story. If you found this analysis informative, make sure to like and subscribe for our ongoing coverage of this unfolding situation. The truth, as they say, will eventually come to light. And when it does, the music industry may never be the same again.